Colorado High School Activities Association Baseball is on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. From Gilcrest, Colorado, the Brush Beet Diggers face the Valley Vikings. Good afternoon, I'm Kevin Fergus. Got 75 degrees, 4:01, and we're ready for some Digger baseball. Digger's starting lineup is brought to you by Equitable Savings and Loan. Mobile banking on the go makes banking easier for you when you're on the go. Check it out today. Leading off for the Diggers, Ty Griffith. Second in the order, Braxton Shelton. Third, Kyle Wellen. Fourth, Arnaldo Maltos Garcia. I'm going to have to touch on that in just a moment. Anyway, for Valley, we'll get to the starting lineup for the Diggers. But for Valley, Brandon Blanco, the senior, is on the mound. And Brandon Blanco is 1-2 on the season with a 3.15 ERA. He's pitched 20 innings. I'm a little bit surprised to see him out here today. I thought he ended up throwing the last game out for the Valley Vikings. Behind the plate is Servando Perez. First base
Ty Griffith
is Ty Stotts. Caleb Kashiari is the second baseman. Izzy Gutierrez, shortstop. Left field is Cooper Foster. Jackson Dudley is in center field. Zach Miles is in center field. The opening pitch is brought to you by Buildings by Design. The opening pitch was a ball. When it comes to experience, Buildings by Design is the best in the business. Quality, commitment, and experience make Buildings by Design the only choice when it comes to your next project. Following pitch, ball 2. Ty Griffith comes to the plate for the Diggers, hitting .280 on the season. Counts 2-0. The pitch hit out to right center field, and both fielders are chasing it down, and Ty Griffith is going to have a triple as he rounds second, and he should be into standing up, but there was no throw. Triple to right center field for Ty Griffith.
Safe with a triple. That'll bring up number 18, Braxton Shelton.
Braxton Shelton is our next hitter for the Brush Beet Diggers. Shelton comes into the game hitting .400. And we've got Griffith at third. Good start by the Diggers. The Diggers are wearing their white uniforms, all white, with maroon lettering. Pitch. Good decision by Griffith. The pitch was in the dirt, skipped off the catcher's mask, and went to the screen, but it came off the fence with a good hop for the catcher, Servando Perez, and he was able to get it back to Brandon Blanco easy enough. But Griffith made a good decision not to go home on that play. So 1-0 to Braxton Shelton. The offering from Blanco. The ball on the out, just outside. Diggers come into the game with a 3-4 record. Valley on the season, their record is 3-6. Pitch from Blanco, and Shelton fouls that off to the right side. Blanco has been their workhorse for Valley this season. He's been on the hill more than the others. Ty Stotts, the first baseman, I figured he would be pitching today, but sounds like he'll be pitching tomorrow. One hopper to shortstop. Griffith comes in to score, and Shelton out at first. So Brush takes an early lead.
The ground ball to short will bring a run in for the Beet Diggers.
Pitch from Blanco, a strike to Kyle Wellen. Kyle Wellen comes into the game hitting .316. Nobody on, one out. Pitch from Blanco, fouled off down the third baseline by Wellen. Blanco gets ahead in the count. No balls, 2 strikes to the junior Kyle Wellen. Blanco gets his sign from Perez. And the pitch. Upstairs, a ball. One ball, 2 strikes. Wellen at the plate. The pitch. Curveball. Fouled off over to the third base dugout. Good start by Brush to be able to get a run in the top of the first inning. Pitch. Fouled straight back. You could hear it come off the screen. Servando Perez comes back, corrals the ball, gets it back out to Blanco. They were telling me that Ty Stotts, the first baseman that I figured would be pitching today, he's had some hamstrings, some leg problems. But we might see him tomorrow. Pitch from Blanco. Off-speed pitch, up and out of the zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes. As I said, 75 degrees. Blue skies overhead. There are clouds in the distance. The pitch from Blanco, low, in the dirt, brings a full count. Kyle Wellen with a quality at bat. This will be the 8th pitch in this at bat. Blanco gets a sign, the stretch, the pitch, and Wellen hits a ball out to left center field for a single. Good job, Kyle.
One in the left center gap for a single.
And that'll bring to the plate Alejandro Maltos Garcia. Caden Moriarty is on deck. David Wolf in the hole. Hondo comes to the plate with a 190 batting average. Not something that you want to scream home about, but the thing is, we have faced tough competition. Hondo fouls that back to the screen. So Blanco gets ahead in the count. No balls, 1 strike. 1 out, and Kyle Wellen on at first base. The Brush Bee Diggers lead 1-0 here in the top of the first inning. Blanco looking in to Perez. Gets a sign. Wellen with the lead. Good secondary. Curveball outside. Throw down. And Wellen is out on the steal. Two outs in the inning. Hondo with a 1-1 count.
Wellen is caught stealing for the second out of the inning.
Blanco brings the pitch. Curveball. Outside corner of the plate. Right on the black. Brush has had 2 hits on the inning. Pitch from Blanco. Hondo fouls that back and to the right, out of play. They've done a really nice job here in Valley. They've put together a nice field. I don't have the measurements down the line, but it's 365 in left center field, 375 straight away, and 360 in right center field. Hondo hits a ball to the right side, past the second baseman. Hondo gets on at first with a single. Brush has 3 hits in this first inning. Griffith with a leadoff triple, and Braxton Shelton gets the RBI as he grounded out to the shortstop. And Griffith came in and scored. Moriarty comes to the plate. Moriarty hitting 182 and hits the ball down the left field line, and the ball goes foul, maybe a foot foul. It's close. And if that would have fell, Hondo, as he was rounding second and headed towards third before the fielder ever even picked up the ball, he should have been able to score. Especially with 2 outs, you don't have to hold up in order to run, because line drives, I mean, you're not going to get doubled off that way. But count, no balls, 1 strike to the left-handed hitting Moriarty. Pitch inside, ball 1. Alejandro looking over to Coach Odell for the sign and the lead. Pitch from Blanco to Moriarty. Inside, ball. 2 balls and a strike. Brush with a 1-0 lead in the top of the first inning. Moriarty getting a good look at Brandon Blanco. The pitch, Moriarty hits the ball to right center field. Hondo heads towards third. Moriarty holds up at second, so we have runners at the corners.
Maltos Garcia will go first to third.
And that'll bring to the plate David Wolf.
Now up, number 7, David Wolf.
David Wolf on the season hitting .222. Cesar Hinojos is next up after Wolf, and Jace Krieger, the number 8 hitter, and then Caden Schwint will round out the 9 hitters that Brush has. Blanco, the pitch to Wolf, and Wolf fouls that off down the right field line. Blanco has thrown 25 pitches here this first inning, 15 strikes. Runners at the corners. Moriarty with a good lead at first. Hondo getting a good feel. Pitch upstairs, ball 1. Wolf draws even on the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Blanco doing everything from the stretch, the pitch, and Wolf fouls that down the right field line, and that's going to go out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the senior David Wolf. Sure be nice if Brush could get another run here in this first inning. See if David can get a hold of the ball and hit it to the gap, as the other players on the team so far have. The pitch outside. The runner goes, Moriarty, and caught stealing, so David Wolf will end up coming to the plate. So we have an out at second, caught stealing.
For the third out of the inning. Brush puts 1 on the board. We'll go to the bottom of the first. Valley trailing 1-0.
In the top of the first, Brush scored 1 run on 4 hits, and they had 1 runner left on base. So 1 earned run. So with the score, Brush 1, Valley 0. You're listening to Beat Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. If you build it, they will come. Valley 4 years ago built this new field here in Gilchrist, and it's a beautiful field. I miss going out to Bigfoot Farms, but this is a really nice venue for hosting baseball games. So for Brush, Cesar Hinojos will be on the mound today with a 3.50 ERA on 6 innings pitched. Ty Griffith behind the plate, Kyle Wellen at first, David Wolf at second, Braxton Shelton at short, Caden Moriarty at third. In left, Caden Schwint. Center field will 2-hopper to Shelton, and it ate him up. And Jace Krieger in right field.
Now up, number 2, Caleb.
Kyle Wellen is in center field. So a 2-hopper that came off the chest of the shortstop. An error on the shortstop. and a bunt, and Griffith picks the ball up, throws to first. We get the out at first, and the runner moves to second.
Caleb lays down a bunt. They'll move.
So Valley quickly moves on with what we've got going here.
Servando Perez.
Izzy Gutierrez at second base. So that brings up Servando Perez with one out for Valley. Pitch from Cesar to Griffith in the dirt for a ball. Pitch from Hinojos, low. Ball two. Get straight here. Valley has done everything pretty quick, and everybody's moved up real quick. The pitch from Hinojos, it's in the dirt and came off Griffith's wrist, his left wrist, kept it in front of him.
Pass ball.
But Izzy Gutierrez moves up to third base on the pass ball. So 3 balls, no strikes to Servando Perez, hitting .600 on the season. Wow. And the pitch number 4 in the dirt, and Servando takes first base. So Valley has runners at first and third with one out.
Ty Stotts.
Brings to the plate Ty Stotts. Another average that's north of 500. Ty Stotts is hitting .577 on the season. Senior, seems like Stotts has been around forever. Wagging his bat, the pitch, a strike on the outside corner of the plate. Coach Steve Kistler for Valley, longtime coach, flashes the signs to Stotts and the runners at first and third for Valley. Servando at first, Izzy at third. The pitch from Hinojos, and Stotts pops the ball up to center field Wellen, and they're tagging, and the throw from Wellen to the plate, and everybody stays home. So the out to center field, Wellen gets a nice throw to the plate.
To center field, both runners will stay. That'll bring up number 21, Brandon Blanco.
So that'll bring up Brandon Blanco, the senior. Brandon Blanco hitting .320 on the season. Runners at first and third. Servando Perez at first, Izzy Gutierrez at third. The pitch from Hinojos, a strike at the knees. Nice pitch by Cesar. 16 minutes into the game, bottom of the first inning, Brush with a 1-0 lead over the Valley Vikings. The Vikings have runners at first and third, and we have a tie ball game as Brandon Blanco hits a line drive single up the middle. Servando Perez moves up to second. Blanco is on at first, and Izzy Gutierrez scores. So we have a tie ball game.
He'll get a
courtesy runner at first base for Brandon Blanco.
Cameron Dudley. Now up, number 17, Cooper Foster.
1-1 game. Pitch just outside from Hinojos to Cooper Foster. Foster is a sophomore. I don't have him with a batting average, but for whatever reason, he has a .353 on base percentage. Swings at that pitch, 1 ball, 1 strike. We're evened up on the count. Runners at first and second for Valley. Hinojos gets a sign from Griffith, and the pitch in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike to Cooper Foster. Hinojos, the stretch, the pitch, upstairs. 3-1 to the sophomore Cooper Foster. It was a nice throw by Welland to the plate on that potential sacrifice fly that Valley didn't come forward on. And pitch in the dirt, and Foster runs down to first base. So Servando Perez on at third. Dudley, the courtesy runner, at second, and Cooper Foster at first. Looks like we have a pinch runner at third, Raiden Pelletier. So bases are loaded, 2 outs. Hinojos 15 pitches into the game. Pitch, a strike, right at the knees. 16 pitches. Now he's even. 8 strikes, 8 balls. We need to get that percentage up, Cesar. Just a little bit low on the pitch. Ball and a strike to Zach Miles. Zach Miles, Jr., 286 on the season. Pitch from Hinojos. Swinging strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Two outs, bases loaded. Cesar, this is where you need to attack and go get this hitter right here, buddy. Here we go, the pitch. Curveball fouled off the concession stand. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runners are held up, but they're going to score on that single, and Perez scores, Blanco scores, and on the single by Zach Miles, 2 RBIs, and Valley takes a 3-1 lead. Just a little sticks his bat out and put the ball into right center field, and it fell about two hops in front of Kyle Willen. Pitch to Max Doolittle, the designated hitter, a ball. Valley takes a 3-0 lead here in the bottom of the first inning. Pitch from Cesar outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Brush is going to have to dig down deep here and come out with an out. Pitch from Hinojos to Griffith, a strike, swinging strike by Doolittle. 2 balls and a strike. Valley scored 3 runs on 2 hits and swinging strike. Evens a count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Aiden Lechuga is on deck for Valley. Pitch from Hinojos in the dirt. Griffith corrals it. Runners first and second with a 3-2 count and 2 outs. Runners should be off with the pitch. And the pitch from Hinojos fouled up. And that ball is coming right back here, right behind me. About 12 feet right behind me. Needed to look up just to make sure that wasn't going to have the centrifugal force and curve right back on top of me. Full count. Runners will be off. The pitch from Hinojos. Curveball. Hit out to left center field, and Schwint on his way back and catches the ball in left center field.
Over to make the play for the 3rd out of the inning. The Vikings are able to put 3
So for Valley, in the bottom of the first inning, 3 runs on 2 hits. There was 1 brush error, and there were 2 runners left on base. After 1 complete inning of play, Valley 3, Brush 1. You're listening to Beat Diggers Baseball on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. In Gilcrest, Colorado, the Valley Vikings lead your Brush Beat Diggers 3-1 as we go to the top of the second inning. The pitch from Brandon Blanco to the plate to Davin Wolf, hit out to left center field, and the center fielder drifts back and gets underneath that for the out in deep center field for the first out. Brings to the plate Cesar Hinojos.
22,
Jace Krieger on deck.
Hinojos.
Caden Schwint in the hole. Blanco works from the stretch. The pitch in the dirt. Doesn't have anything special. He's not really throwing hard, Blanco. But he's right around the plate. Brush sees the pitch very good, and they're swinging. They've had 4 hits through the lineup to date. The pitch from Blanco to Hinojos, a strike on the inside corner at the knees. 1 ball on a strike. Blanco, the pitch, and a curveball. Hit out, 1 hopper to the shortstop and over to Stotts first for the out.
Throws him out at first for the second out of the inning. That'll bring up number 2, Jace Krieger.
2 outs for the Beat Diggers in the top of the second inning. Number 8 hitter Jace Krieger comes to the plate. The pitch from Blanco, outside corner, did not call it a strike. Almost makes you want to go out and sweep off the block if you're the pitcher, but if you're the hitter, you want that covered up. The pitch from Blanco swung on and missed by Krieger. 1 ball, 1 strike. Valley with a 3-1 lead here in the top of the second inning. Blanco gets a sign from Perez. The pitch, curveball, a strike right on the outside corner at the knees. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the junior Jace Krieger. The delivery outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch from Blanco outside, full count to Jace Krieger. Pitch number 6 coming up in this at bat for Krieger, getting a good look at Blanco. The pitch upstairs, and Krieger walks. Premier Farm Credit understands production ag and has been serving our rural communities for over 100 years with locations in Fort Morgan, Sterling, Yuma, and Holyoke. Brings to the plate Caden Schwint. Caden Schwint hitting .300 on the season and still maintains that .500 on-base percentage. Krieger gets a good lead at first. The pitch from Blanco outside. Krieger gets a good secondary. We'll let you know if Krieger takes off. Pitch down in the dirt. Good secondary. Catcher scoops it out of the dirt. 2 balls, no strikes to Schwint. Two and 0. The pitch, Blanco. The delivery outside. 3 balls, no strikes. Caden Schwint working his magic once again. Three and 0 to the number 9 hitter for Brush Beat Diggers. Pitch right down the middle. Strike. 3 balls and a strike. See if Schwint can keep the inning alive. 3 and 1. Krieger at first. Secondary lead. The pitch. Schwint fouls that off. Back up and over the screen. So Brush will end up having the same circumstances what Valley did. 3 and 2 with 2 outs. A runner on. Will be off with the pitch. Make sure the pitch comes to the plate. The pitch in the dirt. Schwint draws the walk, and Jace Krieger moves up to second base.
Beat Diggers back to the top of the lineup with number 10, Ty Griffith.
Catcher Servando Perez goes out and talks with his pitcher, Brandon Blanco. Bank of Colorado is the only bank dedicated to help you make the most of living here. They're not just a bank in Colorado, they're Bank of Colorado. Proud supporter of local sports and academics. Perez back behind the plate in his crouch. Blanco the sign. Top of the order, Ty Griffith to the plate with a triple his first time up. Fouled that off the catcher. Fouled that off the catcher's face mask. Two outs. Brush's top half of the second inning. Runners at first and second. Griffith at the plate. Blanco just a simple delivery from the stretch. The delivery, curveball, upstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike to Ty Griffith. One thing I noticed with Ty, he come into the game hitting 280. His on-base percentage was 280. That means he hasn't been on base via the walk or the air. Hit by Griffith, single down the left field line, out into left field, and Krieger comes in and scores to make the score 3-2. Schwint held up at second, and Griffith on at first base.
For the Beat Diggers. The tally is now 3-2 Valley. Now up, number 18, Braxton Shelton.
Braxton Shelton comes to the plate. Before he comes to the plate, he'll go out and talk to Coach Tom Odell. Steve Kistler, the head coach for Valley, comes out and talks to Brandon Blanco just to say, hey, we got the lead 3-1. We're going to score some runs today, but, we need to make sure we take care of what we need to on the field. But for Brush, they scored 2 runs on 5 hits at this point. Shelton with the RBI in the top of the first inning after Ty Griffith tripled to right center field. Shelton grounded out to the shortstop on 1 hop, and Griffith came in and scored. Griffith with the first run for Brush. The pitch from Blanco to Braxton Shelton, and Braxton Shelton gets a nice cut. Misses the pitch, but he had a nice cut. Brush has runners at first and second. Schwint second. Griffith at first. Curveball from Blanco to Shelton, just outside. Ball and a strike to Braxton. Blanco looks back at second. Nothing doing. Shelton just misses a pitch, fouls it off at the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. See if Braxton can put a charge to the ball. 365 in left center field, 360 in right center field, 375 straightaway center. The pitch from Blanco. Strike 3.
Blanco
looking right at the knees.
Looking for the third out of the inning. Beat Diggers put 1 on the board. We'll go to the bottom of the second. Valley leading.
So for Brush scored 1 run on 1 hit. There were no Valley errors, and Brush left 2 runners on base. So after 1.5 innings of play, Valley 3, Brush 2. You're listening to Beat Diggers Baseball on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. In Gilchrist, Colorado, the Valley Vikings lead your Brush Beat Diggers 3-2 after 1.5 innings of play. For the Valley Vikings, coming up to the plate will be Aiden Lachuga. Aiden Lachuga, number 9 hitter, plays third base for the Valley Vikings. Cesar Hinojos on the mound for Brush, 27 pitches in the first inning. Lachuga comes to the plate, hitting from the right side. Strike on the inside portion of the plate from Hinojos. Looks like he has a little bit more determination in order to get ahead in the count here. Pitch from Hinojos outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hinojos looks in, gets a sign from Griffith. The pitch. Curveball, just a little bit low. Ty Griffith had the triple to right center field in the top of the first inning and scored by Braxton Shelton on the ground out to shortstop. Pitch hit out to the shortstop, Shelton over to first base and in the dirt, and Hondo pulls it out of the dirt at first base for the out. Nice play by Shelton. The ball was in the short grass, long grass.
Top of the lineup with number 12, Izzy.
Slowed the ball down, and Braxton made a nice play, one-handed, picked it up barehanded, threw over to first for the out. That brings to the top of the plate Izzy Gutierrez. Curveball, inside portion of the plate, a strike. Izzy Gutierrez hit a shot, two-hopper at Braxton Shelton in the first inning, came off Braxton's shoulder for the error. Pitch, just low. So Izzy Gutierrez 0 for 1 on the day, but he did come around and score one of Valley's 3 runs. Pitch from Hinojos, outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. To the top of the order, Izzy Gutierrez. 3-12 on the season. Pitch from Hinojos, working quickly upstairs. 3 balls and a strike. Pitch from Hinojos, low, and Gutierrez walks.
Izzy draws the walk for the Vikings. That'll bring up number 2.
So I gave a summation of the Brush first run of the game. It's brought to you by Western Engineering Consultants, engineering and consulting services for all your projects. Strong commitment to their clients needs to set them apart. Get your project started the right way with Western Engineering Consultants. Caleb Cashieri hits from the left side. Gutierrez on at first. Cashieri put down a bunt, sacrifice bunt, his first time up, moved Gutierrez up to second base. First pitch from Hinojos, a ball. Pitch from Hinojos, outside. 2 balls, no strikes. To Caleb Cashieri, second baseman for the Valley Vikings. Cesar struggling with finding the zone. He's thrown more balls than he has strikes at this point. We'll see how long Coach Odell lets Hinojos go. 4 pitches to Cashieri, and Cashieri walks.
Runners to first and second for number 14.
Servando Perez comes to the plate. He walked his first time up, and he has a .600 batting average on the season. He walked on 4 pitches. His first go at the plate in the first inning when Valley scored 3. Valley leads Brush 3-2. There's 1 out in the bottom of the second inning. Cesar appears in, and the pitch, curveball, strike, right at the letters. Good job to Servando Perez. No balls, 1 strike. Runners at first and second for the Valley Vikings. The pitch from Hinojos, curveball, hit past the third baseman Moriarty, and the throw comes in from Schwint to Moriarty,
on the throw,
and the bases are loaded.
That'll load the bases for number 22, Ty Stotts.
Ty Stotts, number 4 hitter for the Valley Vikings, comes to the plate. Stotts flew out his first time up to center field. And as I said, he was hitting .577 coming into the game, so he'll drop just a little bit. Coach Kistler asking the umpire if there was interference. as the runner was coming to third base, and they do declare that there was interference by Moriarty, as Moriarty lunged for the ball, and the runner ran into Moriarty as he was coming into third. So Coach Kistler asked, hey, my guy could have scored. I don't think he would have, but because Kistler held him up. But Izzy Gutierrez scores.
With runners at first and second, now up to bat, number 22, Ty Stotts.
Ty Stotts, your hitter. Valley with a 4-2 lead in the bottom of the second inning. 1 out. Stotts is a big kid, over 6 foot. The pitch from Hinojos. Hit out to left center field. And over the fence for a 3-run home run. So that will put Valley ahead 7-2 in the bottom of the second inning. Wow, that clears the bases. Valley takes a 5-run lead in the bottom of the second inning.
Valley lead to 7-2. Now up for the Vikings, number 21, Brandon Blanco.
Brandon Blanco, the pitcher for the Valley Vikings, comes to the plate as a hitter with a 5-run lead. Pitch from Hinojos, low to Griffith. 1 ball, no strikes. Wow. 3-run home run by Stotts. He put a charge into that, into center field, probably about 380 away, up and over Kyle Wellen's head. Pitch from Hinojos, a ball. A strike from Hinojos. 2 balls and a strike to the batter, Brandon Blanco, who singled his first time up. Hinojos working extremely quick. 3 balls and a strike. And the pitch from Hinojos, ball 4.
Blanco draws the walk. That'll bring up number 17, Cooper Foster.
Cooper Foster walked his first time up as he comes to the plate.
Cameron Dudley.
Cameron Dudley is the courtesy runner for the pitcher, Brandon Blanco. Hinojos, 48 pitches, 22 strikes. Pitch fouled off on the bunt attempt by Cooper Foster. Coach Kistler just keeping everybody loose over there. 7-run lead, and hey, we'll bunt. We'll move the runner up. Take advantage of whatever brush offers us. The pitch from Hinojos, a ball. Ball and a strike to Cooper Foster. Coach Kistler flashing the signals to Foster. Dudley at first with the lead. Cesar, the pitch. Outside. 2 balls and a strike to Cooper Foster. Sophomore for the Valley Vikings. Pitch from Hinojos.
Cooper goes
strike.
Down looking for the second out of the inning. That'll bring up number 9, Zach Miles.
I must have missed a pitch. I was looking at the scoreboard, and I thought we were good, but the umpire must have called the pitch right before that a strike, and that pitch just bent right over the plate on the inside corner, and that was a strikeout looking by Cesar Hinojos. So we have Dudley on at first, running for Blanco, brings to the plate Zach Miles, who had a single his first time up. Pitch from Hinojos. A strike, swinging strike. No balls, 2 strikes to the batter, Zach Miles. Hinojos working quickly and fouled off the catcher. Took a little bit something off that pitch and change of speeds, and the pitch was down low in the zone, and Miles chased it but fouled it off. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 1 runner on. Valley has scored 4 runs this inning. Ball hit out to left field, up and over Schwint's head. And Schwint catches the ball right in front of the 365 mark. So Valley scored 4 runs on 2 hits. There was an error on the brush, and there was 1 runner left on base. So after 2 complete innings of play, Valley 7, Brush 2. You're listening to Beat Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. And we're back to Gilcrest, Colorado, where the Valley Vikings have a 7-2 lead over the Brush Beat Diggers. We go to the top of the 3rd inning, and Kyle Wellen will be coming to the plate. Valley has made a change, and Caleb Cacciari comes to the pitch for Valley. Brandon Blanco moves to 3rd. Zach Miles moves to 2nd. Wellen pops the ball up. First pitch to left field. The left fielder comes in, squeezes in order to make the first out.
That'll bring up number 12, Alejandro Maltos Garcia.
Hondo comes to the plate after a single his first time up. Hit a line drive to right center field the last time up. Curveball from Cacciari, outside ball. Valley with a 7-2 lead over Brush. Pitch from Cacciari, outside. 2 balls, no strikes to Alejandro Maltos Garcia. Pitch. Hondo fouls that back to the screen. Cacciari gets the signal from Perez, the pitch. Hondo takes a good look. Ball was upstairs, checks his swing. 3 balls and a strike to Hondo. Brush has some work to do. Pitch from Cacciari, right on the black on the outside corner of the plate at the knees, a strike. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch from Cacciari, hitting to center field, right at the center fielder, Jackson Dudley. Jackson Dudley pulls that in for the second out.
Squeezes it for the second out of the inning.
2 outs for Brush in the top of the 3rd inning.
That'll bring up number 20, Caden Moriarty.
Moriarty had a single his first time up, hit the ball to right center field, up over the second baseman's head. Pitch from Cacciari. Moriarty skies the ball really high, and center fielder Jackson Dudley moves back about 5 steps and pulls in that for the out. And so Brush scores no runs, no hits, no errors. In the top of the 3rd inning, no runners were left on base. So after 2.5 innings of play in Gilcrest, Valley Vikings 7, Brush Beat Diggers 0. You're listening to Beat Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. We're back to Gilcrest, Colorado, where the Valley Vikings lead the Brush Beat Diggers 7-2. We go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Brush has some changes. To the plate will be Max Doolittle. But for Brush, Sam Metlin will come to the mound. And David Wolf will move to center field. Kyle Wellen moves to right field. And Cesar Hinojos goes to third base. And Caden Moriarty goes to second base.
Leading off for the Vikings, number 3, Max Doolittle.
Doolittle comes to the plate. 0 for 1 on the day. First pitch from Sam Metlin. A ball just outside. Griffith sets up. Pitch from Metlin. A ball low. 2-0 to Max Doolittle, the designated hitter for the Valley Vikings.
For the Beat Diggers, number 9, Sam Metlin.
The pitch from Metlin. Low and outside. 3-0 to Doolittle, the number 8 hitter in the Viking lineup. High Plains Bank, your friendly local community bank serving Wiggins and all surrounding areas. Find out more from highplainsbank.com. Pitch from Metlin, right down the middle, a strike. 3 balls and a strike to Doolittle. The pitch, Metlin, and it's offered at by Doolittle. He swings through the pitch. Full count. Doolittle come into the game hitting 111 for the Valley Vikings. Pitch. Grounded about 3 hops to Braxton at short, over to Hondo at first for the out.
Shortstop throws him out at first for the first out of the inning.
So that brings to the plate the number 9 hitter, Aiden Lechuga.
Dudley.
One out for the Beat Diggers on the field, and that ball is fouled straight back. Pitch from Metlin. Hit down the right field line. Wellen comes in and gets the out down the right field line.
Cameron pops one up into shallow right. The right fielder comes in and makes the play for the second out of the inning.
2 outs on the inning. Brings to the top of the order for the Vikings, Izzy Gutierrez.
The Vikings with number 12, Izzy Gutierrez.
Gutierrez on the day 0 for 1. Been on base both times. He got on via the error and the walk. The pitch from Metlin. Fouled off by Gutierrez to the Brush Beat Digger dugout down the right field line, first base side. Metlin gets ahead in the count. No balls and a strike. Pitch from Metlin. A ball outside. Brush pitching change is brought to you by Greg Mullen at State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, Greg Mullen and his team are there to make the insurance world easy for you. Contact them today, 842-4555. Offered at by Izzy Gutierrez and swung through the pitch from Metlin. Sam is up in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch from Metlin. Curveball. Hit to right field, past the second baseman.
Infield for a single.
So Izzy on for the Valley Vikings 3 times today.
Caleb.
One via the air, 1 via the walk, and 1 via the hit. And that brings to the plate Caleb Kashiari, who's the pitcher. Valley 7 runs on 5 hits. Brush 2 runs on 5 hits. Kashiari hits from the left side. The pitch from Metlin. And tapped towards the second baseman. And it's a single. Moriarty wasn't able to put a handle on that play, but it would have been a tough play in order to get him out. So Izzy Gutierrez moves up to second.
That'll bring up
And
number 14, Servando
Cacciari is on at first.
Perez.
And that brings up Servando Perez. Julian Lechuga is the courtesy runner for the pitcher Caleb Cacciari.
16, Julian Lechuga.
2 outs in the inning. Pitch from Metlin. Inside, and it skips past the catcher Griffith for a pass ball.
Both runners will move up on the pass ball.
Runners at second and third, 2 outs. Servando Perez, the number 3 hitter in the lineup, with a softball-like batting average. This is dangerous for Brush right here. Brush needs to come up big. Defensive play. Hit ball to Braxton at short, over to Hondo at first for the out.
Servando hits a grounder to short. Short throws him out at first for the 3rd out of the inning. Vikings leave 2 on board. We will go to the 4th. Valley leading.
For Valley, in the bottom of the 3rd inning, no runs on 2 hits. There were no errors. There were 2 runners left on base. Score for the game, Valley Vikings 7, Brush Bee Diggers 2. You're listening to Bee Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. The score after 3 complete innings of play is the Valley Vikings 7, Brush Bee Diggers 2. Brush comes to the plate in the top of the 4th inning with David Wolf leading off. Coach Odell runs past David Wolf as he takes his final cut at the plate, gives him some instruction. I'm sure had a lot to do with, hey, we need base runners. Do whatever you can to get on. Pitch from Cacciari, outside, a ball. Cacciari, 8 pitches in his first inning of work. Working quickly, the pitch. Wolf hit the ball to the shortstop, Izzy Gutierrez, and Izzy Gutierrez an error as Wolf gets on.
Safe at first on the error. That'll bring up number
Izzy Gutierrez just couldn't pick up the ball. Couldn't find the handle. So Wolf is on at first. Our game is just a little over an hour old. Cacciari working quickly, the pitch. Outside. Ball 1. Cesar Hinojos comes to the plate. Grounded out his first time up. Cacciari, the sign, the pitch. Outside. Looks like he's throwing the ball right to me. I'm lined up just a little bit to the right and back of the catcher, and that pitch is coming right towards me. 2-0 to Hinojos. Cacciari goes over to first base just to check Wolf, make sure that he's not getting too big of a lead or a secondary lead. Wolf gets back in. Stotts put the tag on. Pitch. Cacciari in the dirt. And Wolf with a stolen base.
Wolf will steal second on the pitch in the dirt.
So Wolf on at second. 3-0 count to Cesar Hinojos. 3 balls, no strikes, nobody out. Top of the 4th inning, the pitch from Cacciari. Ball 4. Hinojos walks on 4 pitches.
That'll bring up number 9, Sam Metlin.
Sam Metlin comes to the plate, replacing Jace Krieger. First pitch to Metlin, a strike right down the middle. Pitch from Cacciari. Curveball. Started out high as a bender, but it did kind of get a little interesting and maybe a little bit close, but it was a ball. It's one of those loopy curveballs. Pitch from Kashari. Metland offers, swings through the pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Sam Metland. Metland hits the ball foul down to the third base coach's box. Coach Odell fields the ball, gets it back to the pitcher. Kashari working quickly, 18 pitches, 9 balls, 9 strikes. The pitch from Kashari fell back to the screen. Ball and a strike to Metland. Pitch from Kashari, curveball, fouled off down to Coach Odell at third again. Odell picks up the ball, throws it over to Brandon Blanco, the third baseman, and Blanco gets it back to his pitcher, Caleb Kachari. The pitch, swings through the pitch
Caleb
for the
gets
out.
him swinging for the first out of the inning.
Brush 1 out in the top of the 4th inning. Runners at first and second.
Caden Schwint.
Wolf at second, Hinojos at first. Caden Schwint comes to the plate. Pitch from Kashari, curveball, strike inside at the belt. The offering, Schwint fouls that back to the screen. Schwint collects himself down in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch from Kashari. Curveball in the dirt. Schwint walked his first time up. Umpire comes out and sweeps off the plate. B&B Appliance. B&B Appliance and Repair, from refrigerators to vacuums and everything in between. They have exactly what you need and service it too. Kashari getting a sign from Servando Perez. The pitch, outside corner of the plate. Called a ball by the umpire. Full two balls, 2 strikes to Caden Schwint. Runners at first and second for Brush. And an out. Curveball. Full count. See if Coach Odell puts anything on here. Full count with 1 out. Wouldn't expect them to be off with the pitch because you could run into a strike him out, throw him out. But the pitch from Kashari, low and in the dirt, and Schwint walks again.
Schwint draws the walk. That brings the bases loaded. For
top of the order for Brush Beat Diggers with 1 out. Coach Kistler coming out to the mound. Has his lineup card in hand, so I'm sure looks like we're going to be doing a pitching change. But let's just see what Coach Kistler has at this stage of the game. Valley with a 7-2 lead. Brush Beat Diggers bases loaded here in the top of the 4th inning with 1 out. Top of the order coming up for the Brush Beat Diggers. Premier Farm Credit understands production ag and has been servicing our communities for over 100 years with locations in Sterling, Fort Morgan, Yuma, and Holyoke. Coach Kistler going to leave everything just the way it is. Ty Griffith comes to the plate. 2 for 2 on the day with a triple in the first inning and a single. Griffith hits the ball to third baseman. Third baseman doesn't pick up the ball. Runner goes to third. Cesar Hinojos and hangs right there as the shortstop picks up the ball and tried to apply the tag, but he was safe. David Wolf comes in and scores. Brush ends up getting a run to make the score 7-3.
That'll bring the tally to 7-3. Now up, number 18, Braxton Shelton.
Runners are still loaded for the Beet Diggers. First pitch to Braxton Shelton, a strike at the knees. 1 out for the Beet Diggers. The pitch from Kashari, hit to the right side to the second baseman. He goes to second for the force out. So Brush scored a run to make the score 7-4.
Get a fielder's choice here. We'll bring in a run. We now have runners at the corners with number 13, Kyle Wellen, at the plate.
Kyle Wellen comes to the plate. Brush Beet Diggers make the score 7-4. First pitch, a ball to Wellen. Takes the second pitch from Kashiari, who is working quickly. Wellen up in the count, 3 balls, no strikes. Kashiari working quickly, but not finding the plate. See if Brush can score some more runs here in this half of the inning. Wellen draws
the
ball 4 in 4 pitches, and that loads the bases. Pitch by Alejandro Maltos Garcia hit out to center field for the third out.
Center field, and Dudley will settle under it for the third
Brush
out.
scored 2 runs here in the top of the 4th inning. I'll have the inning recap when we come back. So Valley Vikings, after 3.5 innings of play, 7. Brush Beet Diggers 4. You're listening to Beet Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. We're back after 3.5 innings of play. Valley Vikings 7, Brush Beet Diggers 4. Brush inching back into the game, but Brush needs to make sure that they keep the Valley Vikings from being able to score in their half of the inning. Brush needs to win this inning. Ty Stotts comes to the plate. Sam Metlin, the pitcher on the hill for the Beet Diggers. First pitch offered by Stotts, swinging through the pitch for a strike. Metlin, 15 pitches in the first inning. 10 strikes, 5 balls. Metlin with a pitch to Stotts. Low, but Stotts fouls that back to the screen. Metlin ahead in the count, no balls, 2 strikes. Metlin gives a nod, the pitch. Curveball down to third baseman. Hinojos picks it up over to first. And Hondo kind of got his body in the way, but that's an error on the Diggers. It's an error on the throw by Hinojos to first base.
Brandon Blanco.
Hondo could have almost had a chance, but it was a tough play, to be able to pick that up out of the dirt grass area right where that ball hit. Brings to the plate Brandon Blanco. The pitch from Metlin, curveball, a strike, right down the middle. Stotts on at first. Blanco 1 for 1 officially on the day, a single and a walk. Valley didn't score in the 3rd inning, but here they go. They got a runner on to start the 4th inning. A ball by Metlin to Griffith. Griffith takes the ball and throws down to first base. Alejandro Maltos Garcia, who didn't have a chance to put the tag on to Stotts, the runner. Ball hit past Hinojos at third. Stotts moves up to second. And Blanco 2 for 2 on the day with 2 singles on at first.
That'll bring up number 17, Cooper Foster.
Cooper Foster struck out looking last time at the plate. 0 for 1 on the day. He walked his first time up on 4 pitches. Metlin looks in, runners at first and second. Nobody out for the Valley Vikings here in their half of the 4th inning. Pitch from Metlin. Squared around. Foster fouls it back to the screen. Griffith calling for a pitch up in the zone. The pitch and foul or hit right back to the third base or the pitcher over to first base for the sacrifice.
Cooper will lay down a bunt, will move both runners up.
Metlin handled that ball and got it to first base for the out.
That'll bring up number 9, Zach Miles.
So Valley has runners at second and third with 1 out. Brings up Zach Miles. Miles 1 for 2 on the day, a single, and he flew out to Schwint in left field his last time up. Pitch from Metlin, curveball strike, swinging strike by Zach Miles. I'm sure Coach Kistler for the Vikings would love to be able to get the runners at second and third moved around to be able to score. Brush defense playing in on the grass. Pitch from Metlin. Strike on the outside corner of the plate. No balls, 2 strikes to Zach Miles. See what Coach Kistler does. The pitch from Metlin. And swinging, strike 3.
Zach goes down swinging for the second out of the inning. That'll bring
2 down.
number 3,
brings up Max Doolittle.
Max Doolittle.
Doolittle 0 for 2 on the day. A fly out and a ground out. Looks like he hits the ball mostly shortstop, left field direction. Metlin, the sign from Griffith, and the pitch outside. Ball 1. Metlin doing what he needs to. 27 pitches. He's thrown 20 strikes. See if he can get out of this jam with runners at second and third for the Valley Vikings. The pitch inside. Valley 7 runs on 7 hits. Brush 4 runs on 6 hits. The pitch from Sam Metlin to Max Doolittle. The pitch low. Oh, umpire called it a strike. 2 balls and a strike. Guess I shouldn't jump to the gun. The pitch outside. 3 balls and a strike to the number 8 hitter, Max Doolittle. The offering popped up in the infield. Moriarty comes in, calls for it, gets the third out.
Max will pop it up to the second baseman for the third out of the inning.
So Valley did not score in their half of the inning.
Leading 7-4.
So for Valley, no runs on 1 hit, 1 error. There were 2 runners left on base. In the top of the 4th inning for the Brush Beat Diggers, they scored 2 runs on 1 hit. There was 1 Valley error, and there were 3 runners left on base. So we will go to the top of the 5th inning shortly, but your score through 4 complete innings, Valley Vikings 7, Brush Beet Diggers 4. You're listening to Brush Beet Diggers Baseball on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. We're back, and Caden Moriarty hits the ball to left center field, past the center fielder. Caden Moriarty rounding second and headed towards third for a triple, a stand-up triple. Moriarty hit the ball with a little bit of juice on it to left center field, and the center fielder gave chase and kind of tripped and fell down, but Moriarty on at third with nobody out. Kashiari with the pitch upstairs to David Wolf. David Wolf 0 for 2 on the day. Reached on an error, hit the ball to Izzy Gutierrez at shortstop. Gutierrez couldn't get a handle on it. Wolf offers at the second pitch, swinging strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to David Wolf. Pitch from Kashiari, curveball in the dirt. Kashiari working quickly, the offering. Wolf hits the ball to Izzy at shortstop and over to first base. Moriarty comes in and scores.
As he thinks about going home, goes ahead, throws it to first to get the out.
Izzy Gutierrez got the ball on 2 hops, and Moriarty had broke on the hit off the bat and gave it a thought of throwing home, but went to first base. So Brush scores another run to inch a little bit closer, 7-5. Nobody on base, 1 out. Cesar Hinojos comes to the plate. Kashiari. Hinojos hits the ball down the left field line, and Hinojos rounds first, but the left fielder picked the ball up rather quickly, but as he threw it in, Izzy Gutierrez didn't handle it, but Hinojos already decided that a single is good, and I'll just stay right here, and I'll wait for my guys in order to hit me in. Sam Metlin comes to the plate. Kashiari the pitch. Metlin swings through the pitch. Strike 1. Hinojos on at first. Short lead. Kashiari gets a sign from the stretch, the pitch. And Metlin hits the ball foul, back out of play over the scores table. Metlin down in the count, no balls, 2 strikes. 1 out for the Diggers in the top half of the 5th inning. Curveball outside. Pitcher puts his arms up like, where was that pitch? You know what? That would be one thing I wouldn't stand for. My pitcher, I'd be having him sit next to me after that. Pitch from Kashiari outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Sam Metlin. You never, ever want to show up the umpire. Brush has scored in every run but the 3rd. Pitch from Kashiari in the dirt. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Single run in the 1st, 2nd, and the 5th inning. 2 runs in the 4th. Metlin fouls that. Back and out of the way. Catcher gives chase, but it's back beyond the screen. Full count to Sam Metlin. Battling at the plate. Hinojos on at first base with an out for the Diggers. A run in already. Valley Vikings scored 3 in the 1st and 4 in the 2nd. And Metlin has held him in check the last 2 innings. A pitch from Kashiari. Fouled back by Metlin over the screen. 7 pitches at present. Number 8 from Kashiari to Metlin. A quality at bat for him, the pitch. And Metlin fouls that back off the concession stand to the right. Now if Metlin can just find some green grass and put that into the outfield. Beautiful park here in Valley. Like I mentioned earlier, Bigfoot Turf Farms hosted the Valley Vikings for years and years and years. And 4 years ago, Valley put this field in. The payoff pitch from Kashiari. Metlin fouls that back to the screen. Pitch number 10 to Sam Metlin. Make it count, Sam. Come on, bud. Umpire has run out. His bag is empty, but they just replenished him with about 3 balls after Metlin has fouled off 4 in a row. The pitch from Kashiari upstairs, and Metlin swings through the pitch and fouls that off. Metlin has fouled off 5 pitches in a row. Caleb Kashiari up to 51 pitches, 29 strikes. The pitch, a curveball, and over to third base for the first out. And Hinojos dives back into
Metlin will line one at Blanco. Blanco tries
first
to
base.
double him up at first. We cannot get that third out. That'll bring up
could have been a double play.
14, Caden Schwint.
So 2 outs in the inning. Caden Schwint comes to the plate. Perfect on the day. On the walk side of things, 2 walks. Schwint, base hit, left field. Left fielder comes up with the ball. Hinojos going to third, and the throw into third a little bit offline. And Hinojos safe at third. Schwint follows him up and is safe at second. Hustling over to second. So Schwint with a single.
That slides in safely. Schwint will move up to second on the throw.
2 outs
now up
in the inning.
10, Ty Griffith.
Top of the order coming to the plate for the Diggers. Runners at second and third. Brush already has 1 run in here in the top of the 5th inning. Brush 5 runs on 9 hits. Pitch to Ty Griffith, low, a ball. Griffith, 2 singles and a triple on the day. The pitch from Kashiari. In the dirt, 58-foot curveball. Bounces off the catcher's mask, keeps it in front of the plate. Not far enough away for Hinojos in order to come in to score. Servando Perez, the catcher for the Valley Vikings. Griffith over to Izzy, and he fumbles the ball, and that's an error on the shortstop, Izzy Gutierrez, for the Valley Vikings. Hinojos comes in to score. Schwint moves up to third, and Griffith is on at first base.
Rush. Get a courtesy runner.
So runners at the corners with 2 outs. Brush with 2 runs in the inning. 4th inning and 5th inning, they had 2 runs in. The 1st and 2nd inning, they had 1 each in those innings. So the score 7-6 with the Beat Diggers trailing. Brings to the plate Braxton Shelton, 0 for 3 on the day. First pitch to Braxton is in the dirt, and Ty moves up to second on the defensive indifference. So I had that as a ball. The umpire called it a strike. Braxton grounds the ball to Izzy. He fumbles it, and safe at first. And Brush has tied the score at 7 here in the top of the 7th inning. Another error on the shortstop, Izzy Gutierrez. Izzy Gutierrez with 2 errors in the inning. Schwint scores, and Griffith moves up to third. Shelton on at first. Coach Kistler comes out to talk to his charges at the mound, and just to make sure that everybody is settled. But right now, it's anything but being settled. Western Engineering Consultants, engineering and consulting services for all your projects. Strong commitment to their clients' needs set them apart. Get your project started the right way with Western Engineering Consultants. Brush has tied the score at 7. Brush has 7 runs on 9 hits. Brush has 4 errors. And Valley, 7 runs on 7 hits. And Valley has 3 errors. Game time, 1 hour and 33. Kyle Wellen comes to the plate, 1 for 2 on the day. The pitch upstairs from Cacciari. One ball, no strikes to Wellen. The pitch upstairs, 2-0 to Wellen. Wellen's been on base twice. He walked his last time on 4 pitches. Pitch from Cacciari, a ball. Wellen 3-0. Same situation he was in last time. Cacciari threw ball 4. The pitch, the offering. A strike on the outside corner of the plate. A generous strike. 3 balls and a strike to Kyle Wellen. 2 outs for Brush. 3 runs in here in the top of the 5th inning. The pitch from Cacciari. Wellen hits a ball past the third baseman. Brush takes the lead as Shelton moves up to second. Wellen on at first. So Brush takes the lead 8-7.
Now take the lead 8-7. Now up.
And that'll bring to the plate Alejandro Maltos Garcia. And Coach Kistler is coming out. So there will be changes as we take a look at things. Brush has scored 4 runs in the inning to take the lead from the Valley Vikings. Kistler is going to make a change. We'll have that for you in 2 minutes. We'll take a quick break. Brush Beat Digger Baseball. Brush 8, Valley 7. You're listening to Beat Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. And we're back after Coach Kistler for the Valley Vikings made the change. Alejandro Maltos Garcia comes up and hits the ball to right field to the right fielder. The right fielder misplayed it for an error. And Brush scored 2 runs to take a 10-7 lead here in the top of the 5th inning.
Number 20, Caden Moriarty.
And Alejandro Maltos Garcia moved up to third base on the error. Moriarty comes up, hits a ball, and gets the RBI as he gets a single, and Maltos Garcia comes in to score. So Brush will take 11-7 lead here in the top of the 5th inning. Brush has found their bats.
Now up number 7, David Wolf.
David Wolf comes to the plate, 0 for 3 on the day. The pitch fouled off into the catcher's glove. Izzy Gutierrez comes to the mound for the Valley Vikings. And pitcher on the hill, and David Wolf fouls that pitch back and out of play after the first pitch was a strike at the knees. So Wolf falls behind in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Izzy Gutierrez on the mound, working quickly as all the other pitchers. A curveball, inside ball. Izzy Gutierrez has come to the mound, only pitched 2 2/3 innings, and his ERA is really high. Strike three. Caught looking
Gets him looking
for the third out. So Izzy has thrown 3 innings total, but just 1/3 here in order to get out of the inning. So for the Brush Beet Diggers, they scored 7 runs on 5 hits. There were 3 Valley errors, and there was 1 runner left on base. So after 4.5 innings of play, Brush Beet Diggers 11, Valley Vikings 7. You're listening to Beet Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Brush Beet Diggers scored 7 in the top half of the 5th inning to take an 11-7 lead over the Valley Vikings. Coming to the plate for the Valley Vikings in the bottom of the 5th inning is Jackson Dudley. Sam Metlin on the hill for the Brush Beet Diggers the last 2 innings. He's given up no runs after Valley scored 3 runs and 4 runs in the first and the second inning, respectively. Pitch by Metlin, fouled off, just barely out of play. Griffith gave chase. Alejandro Maltos Garcia gave chase. Metlin gave chase, but it just inched its way over the fence. No balls and a strike to Jackson Dudley, 0 for 2 on the day. Pitch from Metlin. Curveball low. Metlin, the offering. Hit into center field. And David Wolf moves to his right and pulls the ball in.
The line drive for the first out of the inning.
Schwint in left, Wolf in center, Kyle Wellen in right. First base, Alejandro Maltos Garcia, Moriarty at second, Braxton Shelton at short, Cesar Hinojos at third, Griffith behind the plate, Sam Metlin on the hill for the Brush Beet Diggers. 1 out in the bottom of the 5th inning, fouled off. Izzy Gutierrez comes to the plate, 1 for 2 on the day, but he's been on base all 3 times. He's reached by error, by walk, and a single. About the only thing he's missing is being hit by pitch, but we don't want to see that. Metlin up in the count, 0-1. The pitch, curveball. 2-hopper to Shelton at short, over to Hondo at first for the out.
The 2-hopper at the shortstop is thrown out at first for the second out of the inning.
So 6-3, scoring it from shortstop to first for the out.
Number 2.
2 outs in the inning. Metlin, 36 pitches, 26 strikes. Brings up the left-handed hitting Kashiari. Wagging the bat. Here's the pitch. Strike. Outside corner. .74 degrees. All the clouds are pretty much gone in center field. Kashiari swings through the pitch. A strike. Metlin up in the count. No balls. 2 strikes. Brush doing what they needed to do after falling behind was inch their way back in the game. The pitch from Metlin inside. Almost hit him, but Kashiari dipped out of the way. Pitch from Metlin. Swinging strike 3. For the Valley Vikings in the bottom half of the 5th inning, no runs, no hits, no errors. There was nobody left. After 5 complete innings of play, Brush Beet Diggers 11, Valley Vikings 7. You're listening to Beet Diggers Baseball on KSIR 1010 and Eastern Plains Sports Network. To the top of the 6th inning, the Brush Beet Diggers go with a 4-run lead. Cesar Hinojos comes to the plate. Izzy Gutierrez on the mound for Valley Vikings. First pitch to Hinojos inside, a ball. Servando Perez, the catcher behind the plate. Cesar gives the ball a ride and hits the ball up over the left fielder's head. It gets to the fence on one hop, and Cesar strolls into second base with a stand-up double.
Left field fence with a stand-up double.
Good way to start the
Now up number 9,
sixth inning with a base runner. The third inning is the only inning that Brush did not score. Put up crooked numbers in the fourth and the fifth inning with single runs in the first and the second. Izzy Gutierrez looks back at Cesar at second. The pitch to Sam Metlin at the plate. A ball in the dirt. Cesar gets his lead, secondary lead in the pitch. Curveball upstairs, out of the zone. 2 balls, no strikes to Sam Metlin. Metlin on the hill has thrown 3 shutout innings for the Brush Beet Diggers against the Valley Vikings. Pitch, a strike on the outside corner at the knees. Gutierrez gets a sign from Perez, the pitch, and Metlin swings at that pitch out of the zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Metlin. Equitable Savings and Loan. Mobile banking on the go makes banking easier for you when you're on the go. Check it out today. Izzy Gutierrez with the pitch. Upstairs. Full count to the batter, Sam Metlin. Hinojos for the Diggers is on at second base. And pickoff, and he gets back, but didn't complete it. Shortstop didn't get there. Casciari's playing shortstop for the Valley Vikings. The pitch from Izzy Hernandez. Hit out to right field. Cooper Foster gets underneath it, catches it. Hinojos tags up at second and goes to third, and safe at third. Sacrifice fly.
For the first out of the inning. Hinojos will tag up and move up to third.
1 out in the inning. Brings to the plate
14,
Caden Schwint with Cesar Hinojos at third base. Schwint singled his last time at the plate, swung through that pitch, curveball off speed for a strike. Schwint perfect on the day, 1 for 1 with 2 walks. And Schwint popped up the ball to the first baseman, and the first baseman tried a basket catch and dropped the ball, and Hinojos comes in and scores, and Schwint is on at first base. Never, ever give up. Never, ever give up. You just don't know what might happen. Error on the first baseman for the Valley Vikings. So Schwint on at first. Hinojos scores. Brush takes the lead 12-7. First pitch by Ty Griffith, hit down the line, and Coach Odell is waving Schwint on for home. He slides in safe, and Ty Griffith pulls into second base with a stand-up double. The throw was relayed and came home, but Schwint was safe.
Schwint will come all the way around to score. That'll bring the tally to 13-7.
Hunter Ludgate comes in as a courtesy runner for Ty Griffith. Brings to the plate Braxton Shelton.
Number 24, Ludgate, will be a courtesy runner. Now up, number
Brush
18, Braxton Shelton.
With the lead, 13-7 in the top of the 6th inning. Shelton fouls that off down the third base side. Shelton 0 for 4 on the day. Got an RBI on his first ground out as Griffith had a triple. There was a pickoff from Servando Perez to second base, and Tanner Ludgate was able to get back to the bag at second. 1 ball, 1 strike to Braxton Shelton.
Hey, good pitch. Let's go. Come on, 12.
Pitch to Shelton inside, a ball. 2 balls and a strike to Shelton. Runner at second, Tanner Ludgate. Shelton hits a ball to center field. There's 1 out. Ludgate was going to tag up, but there's an error on the center fielder, and Coach Odell is waving Ludgate in to score, and Shelton pulls into third base. It was an error on the play. Center field, Jackson Dudley. The ball should have been in his glove, but he didn't squeeze it shut, and the ball skipped off his glove.
Shelton will be safe on an error. It'll bring in a run.
So Brush takes a 14-7 lead here in the top of the 7th inning. The wheels have come off for Valley. Valley has 6 errors on the day. Brush has 14 runs on 13 hits. First pitch from Izzy Gutierrez to Kyle Wellen, fouled off back and up and over the screen. Shelton on it third. 1 out for the Brush Beat Diggers. 14-7 is our score in Gilchrist. The pitch from Izzy. Pitch hit by Welland to third base, over to first base for the out. Shelton stays at third.
At first for the second out of the inning.
2 outs in the inning.
Bring up number 12, Alejandro Maltos.
5-3 if you're scoring at home from the third base to the first base. Brush 3 runs in on the inning. Brings to the plate Alejandro Maltos Garcia. Pitch to Hondo, a ball in the dirt. Turns around, gives a stop sign to Shelton to make sure Shelton doesn't take off. Ball didn't skip away from the catcher, Perez, far enough. Izzy Gutierrez with the sign from Perez, the pitch in the dirt. And that went off the catcher's face mask, and Shelton comes in and scores. 15 runs for Brush.
Shelton will come in to score on the wild pitch.
Counts 2 balls, no strikes to Alejandro Maltos Garcia. The pitch from Izzy Gutierrez in the dirt. A ball, 3.
Hey, go get him. Let's go. We got to finish now, 12. Let's go. Finish.
Brush 4 runs in the inning. They scored 11 and last inning and this inning combined, and Hondo walks on 4 pitches.
Garcia will draw the walk. That'll bring up number 20, Caden Moriarty.
Moriarty comes up to the plate, 3 for 4 on the day. 2 singles and a triple. Hondo on at first base, 2 out for Brush. Izzy Gutierrez the pitch. Strike on the outside corner. Gutierrez 28 pitches in, 17 strikes. Pitch from Gutierrez outside. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Caden Moriarty. Coach Odell calls time. I think he's probably going to bring in a pinch runner. Jackson Dunker comes in as pinch runner for Alejandro Maltos Garcia.
Get a pinch runner. Jackson Dunker will come into pinch run.
Moriarty with a 1-1 count. Runner on at first, Dunker. Umpire not set. Moriarty steps out of the box. Izzy steps off the mound, steps behind the mound, gets set back on the mound from the stretch. Moriarty ready. Gutierrez ready. The pitch. Outside and high off of Perez's glove, and Dunker moves up to second base.
On the wild pitch.
Moriarty hits the ball hard, out to the right field. That's a base hit. And Dunker comes in and scores. Moriarty going to stretch it from second to third. And he's safe at third with a triple.
Moriarty will slide in safe at third with a triple. Brings in another run for the Beat Diggers.
Coach Kistler comes out to the mound. Not sure what he's going to do, but he is going to make a change. David Wolf will be coming to the plate. Let's take 1 minute. You're listening to Beat Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Your score is Brush 16, Valley 7. We're back to Gilchrist, Colorado, where the Valley Vikings are hosting your Brush Beat Diggers. Brush has scored 5 runs in the top of the 5th inning. There are 2 out. And we have a runner on at third in Caden Moriarty. David Wolf will be coming to the plate. And for the Valley Vikings, Izzy Gutierrez goes to second base. And Zach Miles comes in to be the pitcher. We're 1 run away from Brush being able to go up by 10 runs, as Brush has scored 16 runs on 14 hits, but there's been 6 Valley errors. That's been one thing that has plagued the Brush Beat Diggers, and Brush has had their share of errors today as well. But Wolf comes to the plate to face Zach Miles with 2 outs and runner at third. The pitch outside. David Wolf 0 for 4 on the day. Zach Miles had only pitched 1 inning prior to this, and his ERA is astronomical. The pitch from Miles to Wolf hit the batter. So Wolf will take first base.
First on the hit by pitch.
Brings to the plate Cesar Hinojos.
Cesar Hinojos.
Hinojos comes to the plate 2 for 3 on the day. He's been on base 3 times. As he walked his other, he has a single and a double. Perez steps out in front of the plate, gives some signals because we have runners at first and third. What is he going to do with the ball if the runner at full first, Wolf, takes off? The pitch from Miles, outside. Ball. One ball, no strikes to Cesar Hinojos. The pitch from Miles. Outside, in the dirt. Wolf moves up to second base.
Wolf will move up
on
to
the
second on the
pass ball. Runners at second and third, 2 outs, 2-0 count to Cesar Hinojos. The pitch from Miles. Up and in, 3 balls, no strikes. As I've been reading through stats, and I think everyone has heard that the Valley stats were a lot higher, average and such. Hinojos walks on 4 pitches.
Hinojos draws the walk. Now
Competition that they've faced, Valley to date, they've played Liberty Common, they've played Strasburg, and I think their numbers have gotten a little bit fat on those, where Brush has played Eaton twice, Sterling twice, Res Christian twice, University once. Brush has faced the stiffest competition in the state in 3A to date. Their RPI has allowed them, with a record of 3 and 4, to be in the number 11 position, and they add some wins to that, and things will look good for Brush. The bases are loaded. Miles pitch to Alejandro Maltos Garcia. To Sam Metlin, a ball. Miles has not thrown a strike yet. Pitch to Metlin, a ball. Bases are juiced, 2 outs. Moriarty at third, Wolf at second, Hinojos at first. The offering from Miles. A ball. 3-0 to Sam Metlin. Morgan Community College, MCC is here to make your dreams become a reality for both traditional and non-traditional students. Pitch. Walked on 4 pitches. And a run comes in, and that gives Brush a 10-run lead. Brush being the visitor, Valley will still get a chance in the bottom of their half of the inning in order to score a run. But Caden Schwint comes to the plate. Brush has a 17-7 score. And we just went over the 2-hour mark for the game.
Gonna get a pinch runner at first, Ontiveros, number 27.
Dominic Ontiveros is on at first to be the pinch runner. I think that's Josh Cantu that's pinch runner at third base. The pitch from Miles. Ball to Caden Schwint. Schwint has been on base all 4 times today. 2 by walk, 1 by single, and another by an error by the first baseman, Ty Stotts. Schwint up in the count, 2 balls, no strikes. A pitch right down the middle, a strike. That's the first pitch from first strike by Zach Miles. 13 pitches in. Schwint ready to hit. The pitch outside, ball 3. Brush is able to put up some good numbers by their hitters today, and their stats will start to rise. The pitch at the knees, a strike. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners will be on the move with the pitch as long as the pitch comes to the plate. The pitch from Miles. Schwint hits the ball into right center field. Cantu comes around to score. Hinojos comes around to score.
It will bring in 2 runs.
Ontiveros to third, and Schwint on at first with a single. Brush takes a 19-7 lead.
Now up number 10.
Ty Griffith comes to the plate, sitting on a 4-for-5 day. 2 singles, a double, a triple, and reached by error. The pitch from Miles to the leadoff hitter. Outside, a ball. Runners at first and third for Brush. Brush has 6 runs in the inning to take, they've got 8 runs in to take a 19-7 lead. The pitch, a strike at the knees, outside corner of the plate. A ball and a strike to Ty Griffith. Schwint leads off at first. The pitch from Miles to Griffith upstairs. 2 balls and a strike by the sophomore catcher. The pitch. Griffith hits the ball past the third baseman. Dominic Ontiveros comes in and scores. Schwint goes to third and slides. Safe at third. Griffith on at first with a single.
The single will bring another run in for the Beat Diggers.
Runners at first and third for the Beat Diggers.
Now up.
Braxton Shelton comes to the plate.
18, Braxton Shelton.
This will be his 6th time to the plate. Ty Griffith, 5 for 6 on the day. Braxton Shelton takes the first pitch high, a ball. Braxton has had some success, but it doesn't show in the box score. He's got an RBI and he's reached via the air. He's reached via the air twice. That pitch from Zach Miles, a ball outside. Braxton on the day, 0 for 5. 2 balls, no strikes to Braxton Shelton. And that hit the batter. Shelton will take first base.
The first on the hit by pitch. We'll bring up number 13, Kyle Wellen.
Brush with a 20-7 lead. And Coach Kistler comes out to the mound and says, I need another pitcher. So, Rose, let's take 1 minute. Brush beat Diggers 20, Valley Vikings 7. We're in the middle of the top of the 6th inning. Brush with a 20-7 lead. We'll wait for the pitcher to warm up, and we'll get that lined out. Brush beat Diggers 20, Valley Vikings 7. You're listening to Beat Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIR in the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Brush Beat Diggers are just taking it to the Valley Vikings pitching here in the 5th and the 6th inning. They've scored 7 and 9 runs respectively. Jackson Dudley comes in to pitch. Zach Miles will go to center field. Kyle Wellen comes to the plate with the bases loaded. 2 outs. Kyle Wellen 2 for 4 on the day. Three for 5 on base percentage as he walked his other at bat. As Jackson Dudley takes his final warm-up toss. Brush has had good success going against some pitchers that might not have had as much experience for the Valley Vikings. Brush plays Valley tomorrow in Brush. And everything I understand, Ty Stotts probably will pitch tomorrow. And Ty Stotts has had some success pitching. He's 1 and 2 record-wise, but I wouldn't say great success. His ERA is kind of high. We'll see what Valley ends up doing. Kyle Wellen to the plate to face Jackson Dudley. Bases are loaded, 2 outs. 20-7, Brush beat Diggers. Pitch outside. Ball 1. Dudley, the sign from Perez, the pitch. And Wellen pops the ball up. Cacciari at shortstop hauls that play in for the out.
Squeezes it for the 3rd out of the inning.
So Valley finally gets out of the inning. And the inning recap is Brush scored 9 runs on 5 hits. There were 2 errors, and there were 3 runners left on base. After 5.5 innings of play, your Brush Beat Diggers 20, Valley Vikings 7. You're listening to Beat Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network.
Number 14, Servando
your Brush Beat Diggers are leading the Valley Vikings as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning, 20-7. The Beat Diggers have a 13-run lead. If they can close things out here in the bottom of the 6th inning without giving up any runs, the game will be over. The first pitch to Servando Perez, grounded to the shortstop, Braxton Shelton. Shelton picks it up and throws over to Kyle Wellen, now playing first base for the first out. 6-3, scoring it. And that brings up the cleanup hitter, Ty Stotts. 1 out, 2 outs away from the Beat Diggers being able to wrap up a 10-run game. The ball hit by Stotts over the head.
Over the center fielder's head.
And Stotts pulls into second base with a double.
Double.
So there's still life by Valley as Stotts pulls into second.
For the Vikings, number 21.
Bringing to the plate Brandon Blanco. Blanco was your starting pitcher for the Valley Vikings, and he pitched 2 innings and gave up just 2 runs. He did well, but ever since, it's not worked out all that well. By Blanco, the ball hit down the right field line. Foul. Blanco comes back to the plate. Wellen made a valiant try for that. The screen changes direction on me here as I'm looking down. I can't really see exactly what Wellen did. He came within a short distance of being able to catch that foul pop-up. The pitch from Metlin fouled off down the left field line. Metlin ahead in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Metlin 44 pitches, 33 strikes. That's 75% clip. That's a good way to pitch. And that's why Valley has 3 zeros on the board in the 3rd, 4th, 5th inning, and here in the 6th inning as well. The pitch from Metlin, upstairs, a ball. Ball and 2 strikes to Brandon Blanco. Blanco 2 for 2 on the day and also has a walk, so he's been on base 3 times. Metlin gets a sign from Griffith. The pitch in the dirt, a ball. 2-2 to Brandon Blanco. Sam Metlin on the hill and will get the win as Brush finishes this off. That ball is fouled off back over the screen. Brush has made wholesale changes. There's a number of guys that are playing. I don't have all their numbers. The pitch from Metlin. Hit out to left field.
Drives one
and he single.
Field.
And he's on at first, and Stotts moves up to second.
I'll bring up number 17.
Cooper Foster comes to the plate, 0 for 1 on the day. He walked and struck out looking and had a sacrifice bunt. Runners at first and third with 1 out. Brush could turn a double play and finish this game off. Pitch from Metlin right down the middle, a strike. Metlin looks in for the sign, gets it, looks over at first. The offering, swinging strike. Metlin ahead in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. 50 pitches, and Metlin has thrown 37 strikes, 74% strikes. That's good. 3-to-1 strike ratio, that's excellent. Fouled back by Cooper Foster, out of play. Runner at first and third, 1 out for the Valley Vikings, and umpire called a balk against Sam Metlin. I'm not sure what he did. The umpire on the bases just called a balk.
Call a balk out there. Brings in a run for the Vikings.
Popped up to center field, and that ball drops. So Valley will score another run.
He will be in safe.
Brandon Blanco comes around to score. Cooper Foster on at second base. We'll give him a double.
Now up for the Vikings, number 9, Zach.
So Valley has scored 2 runs to close the gap to 11. Brush is leading 20-9 in the bottom of the 6th inning. 1 out, runner at second, Cooper Foster. Zach Miles comes to the plate. Metlin just wanting to throw strikes. And the ball hit to Braxton Shelton at short, over to first, Kyle Wellen. That's the out.
It's a hard
2 outs.
At the shortstop, he'll pick it up, throw him out at first.
6-3.
The runner along.
Scoring it.
That'll bring up number 3.
2 outs.
Doolittle.
Max Doolittle comes to the plate, 0 for 3 on the day. Fly out, ground out, fly out. Metland, the pitch, outside, ball 1. Cesar Hinojo started the game for the Beat Diggers and gave up 7 runs to Valley. Metland has given up 2 runs here in this 6th inning. That ball fouled back over the screen. Metland with a count 1 ball, 1 strike. Like a good neighbor, Greg Mullen and his team are there to make the insurance world easy for you. Call them today, 842-4555. Foul back. Metland up in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 strike away from being able to put this game to bed for the Brush Beat Diggers to even their record at 4-4. Metland with a pitch. Curveball, strike 3, ball game. Your Brush Beat Diggers with a 20-9 6-inning win over the Valley Vikings.
Vikings are able to put 2 on the board, but we will go down as a.
You're listening to Brush Beat Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. We'll have a recap of the game and an idea as to what we're doing tomorrow. In Gilcrest, Colorado, your Brush Beat Diggers secure the victory over the Valley Vikings. 20-9 was the final score. The line score for Brush in today's game: 20 runs on 16 hits. There were 4 Beat Digger errors, and Brush left 10 runners left on base. Valley scored 9 runs on 10 hits. There were 6 Valley errors, and they left 8 runners left on base. The post-game show is brought to you by Morgan Community College. MCC is here to make your dreams become reality for both traditional and non-traditional students. Check them out today at morgancc.edu. Brush scored the first run of the game after Ty Griffith tripled and Braxton Shelton grounded out, and everything started off great for Brush, but then Valley come back and scored 3 runs in the bottom of the first inning to take the 3-1 lead. Brush scored another run in the top of the second inning to make the score 3-2, but Valley came back on the strength of Ty Stott's 3-run home run, and Valley took the lead 7-2 after 2 innings. In the third inning, neither team scored, but then from there, Brush was able to take it to Valley and all their relief pitching. They scored 2 to make the score 7-4 to get a little bit closer, and then in the 5th inning, they opened it up with 7 runs to take the 11-7 lead over the Valley Vikings. And then in the 6th inning, Brush closed it out as Valley was having a hard time with their pitchers finding the plate and being able to locate. They walked a number of players, and Valley made a lot of errors that shouldn't have been errors. They dropped balls that were in their gloves, and Brush was able to capitalize on that. So Brush scored 9 in the top of the 6th to take the 20-7 lead. And then here in the bottom of the 6th inning, Valley scored 2 runs to finish out their scoring. So Brush scored 20 runs, 16 hits. Brush is going to pad their batting stats a little bit. Cesar Hinojos started the game and gave up the 7 runs to the Valley Vikings in the first and the second inning. Sam Metland came in and pitched the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th inning and just gave up the 2 runs in the 6th inning. So Brush was able to do well today at being able to capitalize on the errors by Valley as well as the inexperience by Valley's pitchers. Brush comes back tomorrow, and they play the Valley Vikings in Brush. And Valley has their graduation this Saturday here in Gilcrest. And so that's why that game is being played tomorrow. So Brush evens their record at 4-4. Valley falls their record to 3-7, and the Brush Bee Diggers should show to where their ranking in the RPI is on the upswing. So as we close out today's game, the Brush Bee Diggers 20, Valley Vikings 9. The sound engineer and producer of Brush Bee Digger Baseball is Rose Condis. I'm Kevin Fergus with the final score 20-9. Your Brush Bee Diggers won the game. You've been listening to Brush Bee Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network.